It was like a rock that time. Yeah. Welcome back to our, well, I say back, but this is technically the first episode of Cozy Confessions Sessions. We have a confession. We don't tell people how we met.
No, I don't know.
So
should we be ashamed of this?
I don't know if we should be ashamed, but we had a whole disclaimer episode, but before we go into this, we're gonna set the stage once again. This is a no judgment zone.
Right.
So
and the fact that I met her when I was a stripper doesn't really matter.
Yeah, he was a stripper. Anyway.
Nah, we just played.
Guess we can't send this to our parents, huh?
No, my mom already knows. Nah, just
Anyway, so I mean, you want to tell them?
So,
the truth.
Okay, this is way before OnlyFans. I had a page. No, seriously though. We did meet online though. Yes.
Yeah.
They say that meeting people online, especially back then, was really taboo. It was really a thing that people frowned upon. But which I don't really understand why, because if you meet somebody, you don't.
It's because there's a lot of serial killers out there, and people catfishing. There's a whole big thing about catfishing and you thinking you're talking to somebody and you're really talking to some
now, you're
craziness.
Right. There are a whole circle of problems that you run into when you meet people online. And I've run into several of them. But you still run into just as many problems meeting people in person.
That is very true. So before we go into all of that, so let's set the stage. We met on a Muslim dating website called Muslima, and both of us were in different places in our lives and in different states actually. So literally and figuratively.
Right.
And it's funny because we talk about it a lot. I don't think a lot of people know this about us because I intentionally don't tell people because,
plus I'm a very private person, so I don't talk much about my life to people. Except for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
You all.
This is a treat because this man does not. But I think for me, I'm usually an open book, but this has been something that there's a lot of shame and a lot of taboo type of things about meeting someone online. And so I think what's the if people ask, it's usually oh, we met through a mutual friend.
I tell people we met in college. No, sometimes because I don't think it's strictly a need to know basis, and if you just keep asking me, then I'll make a story up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. But I was in college when we were together. Yes. But that's not necessarily where we met.
And my mutual friend was the internet.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it works, right?
Hey, we both had mutual friends.
So anyway, we ended up meeting on the website, and then we probably only communicated on the website for a couple of days, and then we immediately kind of got off the website and started talking.
Yeah, making phone calls. So we were trying to beat the system. They make you pay for certain things, so we tried to.
That's what was going on. Maybe so. I wasn't paying.
Listen, I didn't want to pay for that. That's ridiculous. Come on, man. They exploit people who are looking to.
Anyway, we're not about to go into that.
My bad. But it's real though. $24.99.
Okay. Anyway, we already said the name.
I don't remember what it was.
We probably shouldn't have said the name if we were going to talk crap about it.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
All right, so we immediately got on the phone, and I think the MTV show Catfish was really big back then.
Was it?
So I think so, because I remember.
I never saw that show. I heard about it, but I never saw it.
I saw a couple of episodes, but it made me sick to my stomach, so I couldn't do it. But anyway, so I was intent on making sure. I don't know if you remember. I made sure that you FaceTime me pretty early on because I was
and I was definitely down with that. I can't be. Yeah. Yeah.
So we got off of there. We exchanged phone numbers and we FaceTimed pretty soon into our situation. Indeed. And so
now, who would have known that she was only calling me because she didn't want me to catfish her, or she'd been watching Catfished.
I mean, you can't put all your cards out there in the
I had
beginning.
ne-
It's
I
just
had-
like
I had
you
never
didn't
seen
know.
that show, so you know, I would have known.
I was like, we about to go ahead and get this out of the way right now. Like, let me see what you look like. Turn around. Let me see like the side of your
around.
face
I
or
didn't,
whatever.
I didn't turn around.
No, he didn't turn around. That sounds
That's
very
ridiculous.
promiscuous. Like, let me turn around.
Let's see what you working with. Come on, man.
But anyway, so it's funny because like on the dating app, you had to like, you know, both be interested in each other for them to kind of like make this little match happen.
Right.
And so we were having a conversation the other day about like what it was about each other that made us like swipe right, left. I don't know.
No,
I've
it
never
wasn't.
been on
It's
that
not
one.
Tinder.
It's not. I know we're not actually
It wasn't-
swiping,
no,
but
it was,
the equivalent, okay, saying yes that we wanted to get to know this
Right.
person. So for me, it was like he had this really nice picture where he was smiling because all the other pictures he looked like militant and just like very stern and like, you know, like he's
That's not true. That's just what she saw.
perception, whatever. That's exactly what I saw.
Like,
So
oh my God. So anyway, yes, there was one picture that she had where she was smiling. Like I felt like she was truly smiling. You know, not smiling for someone else, but smiling for herself. She had this little sari on, and she, you know. But that's the main thing that I realized. I said, oh, she's a very nice looking woman. I was like, I think I'll, you know, and most, you know, and that's not for me at the point in my life where I was at the time. That didn't have as much weight for me as it did when I was younger. You know, you had to be someone of substance, truly of substance, because like I said, I've been through some situations, and I really wanted somebody who was really pious. You know, when they say that's the main thing you should look for in your spouse, they are not. It's so true. Like seriously, all that other stuff is fine and everything, man, but it comes in a far, way down the list. That's you know, when it compares to getting someone that's pious. So trust me on that.
yeah,
So
I
anyway.
definitely agree. And I think for me, and we'll talk about this probably in another confession along the way, but you know, we both have been married before. And for me, that was intentional because I knew I had been married, been divorced, and all of the things that you go through when you've been through that, like I feel like only a person who has also experienced that would be able to relate. And so for me, it was, I wanted someone who had been divorced and I wanted someone who had kids. Right. Because I was bringing my son into the situation. And like I said, it's just like, you can only understand if you've been there and you've experienced
There's
it.
a certain amount of healing and also experience that you have when you've been through something like that. Like if a person that hasn't been through that, it's really hard to see eye to eye in that experience. That's a really big experience in someone's life. I think they said they equate divorce to death.
Yeah.
To experiencing a death.
Yeah.
And it's true because you have to be if you can't relate to that with the person that, I'm not saying you have to, I'm saying that it's a big plus if you can relate to someone in that way before you marry them. You know what I'm saying? Because you're still going to be dealing with some things in that. You know, especially if you've been married like as long as I was, like 6 years or so. If you've been married that long and a divorce happens, you're gonna wear some of that. You're gonna hold some of that baggage, and it's gonna be, you know, you need to let the person who you with needs to understand that this is something that's a part of your life and that you're still working through.
Yes.
Because you're gonna work through that especially if you have children in the other situation, you're gonna work through that for the rest of your life.
And I'm gonna stop you right there because that's like a whole.
Yes, that's a whole other.
He just went through like 5 videos, just like in that one little piece right there. Because for real, like
But hey,
all of that is a big part of like our relationship.
you never know when it's coming.
Whatever. Okay.
It's coming though.
So I'm gonna refer to my note card. And so I think part of the reason that we feel comfortable kind of talking about this now is I put a joke, basically like, you know, we're like 5 to 6 years into this married thing, coming up on 6 years. Yeah, I know.
That was like 20.
It does. It feels like 40.
20. At least 20.
But anyway,
Like
in the best way possible. So we joke about that all the time, but it's like we don't remember life before like we were married. We do remember life because
I remember.
But it just feels like we've been together forever. But yeah, we're going into our sixth year, inshallah, in June.
Let me tell you something. I have another confession. This woman is phenomenal.
Babe, stop.
Hold on a second. Before we started this video, I was in a really bad mood, but she has a certain thing about her. She has a certain consistency that you know. It's something about her smile and the way she moves, the way that she relates to me, that helps bring me to a better situation. She doesn't know when to do it, and I don't tell her when to do it because I don't want her thinking she know me like that. You know what I'm saying? but like she was saying, after we've gotten to a point that we feel comfortable sharing this information because I guess she would say it works, right?
It works.
It works. Well, alhamdulillah, it worked for us.
It worked for us, right? Well, whoa! Don't be like going. Look, first of all, another disclaimer. Don't be going.
Well, they said it was gonna work.
So we gonna stop that right now. All right. So this worked for us, and we can tell you more. Right. Alhamdulillah. And we can tell you more about our vetting process in another video or something like that. But don't just think that you about to go hop on like one of these websites out here.
I ain't had nothing to do with that.
It's gonna be look. We bowing out right now. Don't tell them we told you.
Nope. I don't know him. I don't know her.
I don't know your situation.
Right.
Okay. I know my heart is good.
Exactly.
Alhamdulillah. I know this man's heart is good.
Right.
I don't know your heart.
Nope.
I don't know your people's hearts.
Don't know you. Don't know where you're from. Don't know your folks. None of that.
Yes. So first, let's go ahead and put that out there. All right. So this is not a promotion video for Muslima
or for any
dating website or nothing like that.
It has nothing to do with us.
Now, if you got some questions, feel free to shoot us some questions.
And we're gonna tell you. Well, this is what we did.
This is what we did. This is our process.
I don't know what you gonna do, but this is what we did, and this is what worked for us.
Right.
Okay, that's period.
All right. So, what was we talking about before this? Yeah. So we were just basically saying that we feel comfortable attesting to the fact that it works, it can work, and then that whole disclaimer happened.
Right.
And then the other thing that I wanted to for us, it ended up being I feel like a beautiful progression in our relationship because we had both been in situations before, and I think we were in a place where it was we were ready, but it was I don't want to do this again, but I need
Seriously.
to.
I was like, man, I don't think
yeah.
You don't understand what it's like.
Yeah. How you gonna drink
to go into a situation and be like, well, if it doesn't work, I've been through this before, I'm okay.
He literally told me that. It was after a while, but it was he was really on some indifferent type stuff.
Give or take, like it or love it, type situation. What I'm saying? It can happen or it cannot,
Yeah.
My main motivation for it is I'm Muslim, man. I have to live my life a certain way. And living your life the way you're supposed to, and living your life the way your personal self says you should because of things that you've gone through is two different things. Okay? Listen, I just didn't want to fast track myself to the hellfire, so I decided, listen, man, you don't think you want to do this, but what's the alternative, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me fix it.
No, that's so
let me get myself together and jump
and be half-assed into some shit. Oops. I guess I'm cussing today.
It wasn't me this time, y'all. It's this one.
I've been doing good. Anyway, so I was saying that it was a nice progression because so we met and we were talking on the phone for some months, 3 months. And then by the grace of Allah, Yusuf ended up moving to North Carolina where I was at the time. And then and then there was this very awkward
Yeah. Let me tell you, y'all, I don't even know who this woman is.
Whatever.
When I first met her, man, y'all don't understand. I remember the first time we were together.
I was so nervous because
we had the kids with us, and she was in the car.
I didn't have my
kid. I had my son.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. It doesn't matter. So she's sitting there. She was like this the whole time. I'm asking random questions like, "So, how you doing?" She's like, "I'm doing okay." I mean,
First of all, I don't sound like that.
Listen, it doesn't matter what she sound like. This is what happened, okay? This mother right here had no conversation. Really, right then, I was like, "Oh my God, what have I got myself into?"
Okay, so let's go back to catfish, okay? Catfish part 2.
I'm in the car.
I
There's no
know,
catfish.
I know, but it's like when you're talking to somebody on the phone, like you have to make this transition to talking to them in person, right? Because it's like I'm used to talking to him on the phone, and the funny thing is so like. Then like I dropped him off or whatever, and we ended up talking on the phone like later that evening or something like that, and it felt like it was like old times, right? And it's like, do you remember that?
Yes.
And it was like, for me, it was like that like comfort, because I had gotten used to talking to him on the phone,
right? But
like talking to him and being able to look at him was like awkward as shit. It was so weird for me. And then I was scared. I was nervous. I was like, what if he's not the same person that he is on the phone? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's possible.
Unfortunately, you had to deal with that because I wasn't the same person.
Yes. So true. So that's why I say it's possible. I was like, who is this? But literally though, we've grown in so many different ways.
Yeah.
You know, we started off 2 strangers on the internet. Okay, and we've grown. She's grown me phenomenally, and she's grown herself phenomenally.
He's grown me too. He's so ridiculous.
But she like I said before I met her, I already had a whole wealth of experiences with different things, and it was really hard for me to swallow that she could be anything different. Mm-hmm. And she has, if she's still playing the game, it's 6 years. We're 6 years in this thing.
I'm good.
She good. God, you ain't never seen nobody got a game like this.
I played win.
For real though, phenomenal lady. She was dealing with her own things, which I'm sure she's gonna have some confessions about sometime in the future.
Absolutely.
So you don't want to miss these. Listen, this was a good confession, but it's soft compared to some things that we got coming.
Oh gosh. We don't want to like break y'all in too rough.
So,
we don't want to like.
Y'all be running for the hills. Oh hell no.
Yeah, it's just too much.
It's too much, right?
Yeah.
So we want to make sure you know.
And so going back to my progression piece is so from there we his job transferred, and so like we were able to like slowly spend a little time together.
Yes.
Not, we kept it completely halal,
right.
Like we weren't, but
we weren't doing no craziness.
We weren't doing no craziness, and it's like when he came originally, like my mom was there and stuff like that. So it wasn't, but for me it was a beautiful progression, because coming from where I had come, I was not ready to jump head first into anything anyway. Right. And so like that, and he was so patient, y'all, because I was like rigid. Okay. I can laugh about it now, but no, I can't. Listen, actually, I'm not laughing.
I had to be patient because I didn't want to get into no more craziness, man. Listen, she was vetting me, I was vetting her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had my son with me too, and you know what I'm saying? I wasn't having no, I definitely couldn't. This is important for our children as well as it was for us, And I think it was even more so important for our children than it was for us. Because what I'm saying, I don't play with my kids, man. I'm just saying, let's be real. People don't play about their children. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm dying for those. Okay, it's just that simple. So anyway, but
it was really beautiful, and like so we got Islamically married in December of 2014.
Right.
And so that's a whole funny story in and of itself, because neither one of us decided we were getting married. Somebody a third party decided that we were getting married.
She said, "You gonna barbecue a mildew?"
Yeah.
I said, "What the heck?"
I didn't know what that meant. That's some real country stuff, and that's a little country for me.
Listen, I'm telling you, but yeah, it wasn't. That wasn't.
So we
really
decided to barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Barbecue.
To barbecue.
Yeah.
So we barbecued in December, and it was just like really small with like our immediate family and stuff like that. And then we ended up having our actual
ceremony.
June June 2015. And it was really nice, you know. Yeah, we'll talk about the wedding at another time.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, it was really nice. And we lived happily ever after.
No, we have not lived happily ever after. Not yet, at least. Okay, we're still working on the happily ever after part.
Yeah.
But we are happy. I mean, I don't like to speak for other people. I'm happy.
We're happy. We are happy. No, I feel like I would not feel comfortable coming to you all and admitting like this was a pretty heavy confession. I felt like we needed to start with this so that you know who we are, where we come from.
Right.
But this is not something that we take lightly.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, like a lot of close family members will not know this. Like if they watch this for the first time, they're gonna be like, "What? Nobody knows this." Immediate family and like a couple of friends.
It's not something I talk about. Like I said, I'm a very private person, and you know, she said she's pretty much an open book. I had to start closing her book because she's just too open sometimes. I'm like, man, you talk a lot, man.
But
you gotta tell all our business.
I wouldn't have been open about this though, and it's not like we have anything to hide. It's just like experiences.
It's not that. It's just that, like I said, I mean, I don't like to talk a lot about my personal life to people because, you know, one thing I found about people is if you may be presented with a bad idea about you, the crazy thing about people is some people want to believe the worst about you. With that being said, you know, I lost my train of thought.
I was wondering what this had to do with what we was talking about. I was like anyway.
But what I'm saying is, I don't talk a lot about what I was saying was I don't talk a lot to people a lot because, like I said, you know, people take information and run with it and don't really have the frame of reference for it. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm very quiet. You know, I observe a lot. You know, I don't have a lot to say. I think I was made an introvert. I don't think I was necessarily an introvert, you know, truly until later on in life. But I'm definitely an introvert. And that, you know. Anyway, I'm not going to ramble.
He's trying to close my book, and I'm like trying to convert him back to being an extrovert.
I can't have that.
Okay.
Like
I think,
you know, I don't even want to be an extroverted introvert. I just want to be an introvert, and only an extrovert when I have to be.
It's not had nothing to do with what we talked about today.
Well, you just said that. Okay, whatever. So, I'm gonna leave that there. You go ahead.
I love my baby so much.
She shut me down.
I didn't mean to shut him down.
It's
just that, like, he just, you know. Let's see. I think that's pretty much. We covered everything on here. I think just as a reminder, this is a no judgment zone. Mm-hmm. So if you have, you know, negative thoughts and opinions, keep those to yourself.
Yeah, we don't care.
But we love all your positive support.
If you have something negative to say, feel free to say it. We don't care, but feel free to say what you need to say.
We do care.
No, we don't care. I keep saying I need to speak for myself. I don't care.
Yeah.
She may care.
I might care a little bit, but I mean, anyway, never mind. I'm gonna leave that alone. And then, you know, like with this, I put at the top of this that basically this is internet spousing what we did, not internet dating, because, you know, we don't do that whole dating thing.
Right.
But yeah, it just kind of goes along with the fact that it was a really nice progression.
Internet spousing. That's
internet spousing.
You just coined a new phrase there, man. That's internet spousing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I think we can pretty much wrap it up here. So, you know.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, we'll call that a wrap. I got some other things to tell y'all, but y'all ain't ready for that stuff yet. Hey,
He's so stupid.
That's for another time.
That was like a really weird laugh.
That's my devious laugh. How'd it go? That's almost like Popeye. Anyway, that's enough.
All right. Yeah,
anyway,
we're rambling.
Thank you very much for tuning in to us ramble on and our confessions, and hopefully
you'll join us again for like the next one, because the next one I think is probably even better than this one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
gonna be pretty trashy. No, just mess around. It's not trashy.
It's not trash. None of the stuff we're gonna do is trashy. Maybe.
Yeah, we try to stay away from the trashy. Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. We might get into some trashy things, but hopefully,
Yeah,
it'll be tasteful trashy.
Towards the end.
If that's a thing.
Y'all don't know it's like that yet.
Right. All right then, y'all. We out of here.
Bye.